Aren't you just loving being able to see people in person again, Rich?
You mean like other than the garbage man every Thursday?
Yes, yes. I feel like I've been let out of my cage.
Yeah, I can now have to put on pants, but it's nice getting out and meeting people again. It really is.
Definitely. I'm BJ Flagg.
And I'm Rich G, and this is episode 247, How to Make a Networking Group Work for You.
Yeah. Now that the world is slowly opening up to in-person meetings, it is time for us to chat a little bit about one of the most powerful and yet misused engines of business success, networking groups.
Yeah, BJ, you are absolutely correct. There are many groups out there, chambers, rotaries, BNI, Gotham, etc., who actively are attracting members. And honestly, my phone's off the hook. People want me to rejoin these groups again.
Yeah, and some of them are really, really good. And some, unfortunately, frankly, are just a waste of your time.
Yeah. We're not going to evaluate each entity. Between BJ and I, we're going to give you 25 plus years of experience attending these groups combined.
Yes. And that's right, Rich. What you do and what you don't do and where to go and how to act, all that stuff. We want to go over all of that.
So let's have a conversation.
Awesome. Rich, dive right in.
Action one, choose the right group for you. Okay. There are so many groups out there. Okay. And you need to uncover what group would be the best referral source for you, the best referral source. Don't just join a group because it's the group to join or they seem like nice people. This is
cheapest.
Business. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And try to stay away from like all male and all female groups. They tend to be a lot more focused on gender specific activities and less on business. Sometimes you'll get into these groups and people haven't really formed a company and they don't quite have their idea yet. They're just trying the idea out. There's less emphasis on actual business referring and the act of networking. So just be on the alert. There's a really good place for those groups. It's just not in your business sphere.
Yeah, these are people, I call them hobbyists, people that I wish I had a business and they want to talk about building their business, but they're not running a business. They're not in the position to refer a lot of people to you.
Yeah, and they're really usually very nice people, great to get along, but you have limited amount of time. Yeah. That's the biggest issue.
Absolutely. Most groups will let you attend 2 to 3 meetings to give you a better idea of how they work and what types of members show up. So take advantage of this. This is the time to spread your wings and to get to know as many people as possible to better understand if they can help your business.
I always think, are these people in a good position to refer prospects and contacts to me? Or look at it another way. Am I able to refer contacts to them? You really want to feel that seesaw type of feeling in the meeting and, feel comfortable being in the group.
Yeah, it's choose the right one. Yeah, I always say pick a big group. You need to pick a big group because you get a group of 10 people, it's going to be harder. You get a group of 40, it's going to be better. But look at the caliber and professionalism, how the meeting is run and stuff like that. Those are things that you should really look at.
Definitely. Number 2, hey, this is a commitment. And now is the time to get to know everyone. Consider it a job. You paid to be in the group. So start meeting everyone, either by Zoom or in person, coffee, lunch. Go to the meeting prepared. Look at their LinkedIn profile, their website, get to know them a bit before you show up. You want to have that feeling of a warm meeting when you go.
Yeah, this is also a great time to practice your elevator pitch. When you're meeting these people, I would actually give out a brochure sheet that named who I'm looking for. This, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is great!" Be ready to succinctly explain what your company does and what you do in your company. Don't just use too much jargon, acronyms, and stuff like that. Right. Compare it to their company and how you help businesses like theirs.
Yeah. And most of all, be a good listener. The hope is when you leave the meeting that you could introduce them to someone who you know and have a couple of tidbits that you could share about their expertise. This is the beginning of a really nice, strong trust relationship. So keep your ears out for what are those key things they mention.
Yeah, and follow up with an email or note of thanks and use a point they made in the meeting. This way, they know they were heard and it's special. I'll be honest, most people don't do this. So
Yeah.
stand out. Did you think of someone to refer them to after the meeting? Let them know. Start the process. This makes you, they're blown away. You knock their socks off.
Yeah.
And when you do things like this, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I always think even before I get to the meeting, sometimes I feel like I'm risking thinking of the wrong people, but I do try to start that process thinking, God, who would be great for that printer? Who would be
Yeah.
the one that the printer would want to know? You know, and I'm telling you, it works. They are thrilled when you get back and say, "Hey, listen, my friend John needed a printer." They're like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, whenever I meet a realtor,
Yes.
I go, give me your card, give me your card. Look, let's talk more because my clients are constantly moving, buying new homes, buying vacation homes. I'd love to
Yeah.
refer them to you. And people are like, who the hell are you? This
I
is
know.
it's great.
And
Yeah,
we
here's my
actually do
card.
it. And we
And they want to
actually
know
do
me. So
it.
action
That's right.
three, you need to understand this is your sales team. That's what this group is. Your attitude needs to be engaging and powerful. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest here. Most attendees sleepwalk through the meeting, and
Yeah.
we see it all the time. BJ's laughing right now. It's true. They,
I
they,
know.
they say the same thing, they do the same commercial, they make sure they get their food and coffee, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
they hang around their friends. That's all they do.
You really need to set an example and be memorable. This is your sales team. You need to inspire them to trust you so that they'll refer their clients, friends, and connections. Every single time you kind of get in touch with them as a group, make sure you're on. Just be
Yes.
on, and you will be the person they remember.
How did I start every meeting at BNI with my commercial? What did I say?
Don't put me on the
Good morning.
morning. And,
And people would all laugh and say good morning and everything. Your attitude must catch them by surprise. You need to
right.
be upbeat, positive, and engaging with everybody you meet. Try to ask them about their business. Be nosy. Drill down and find out how you can help them. One of my favorite sayings is not to say, yeah, business is good. Yeah, it's great. No, like everyone else, I used to say, people used to ask, Rich, how's business? I would go, it's unbelievable. And people would go, really? How is it unbelievable? And it would start the conversation.
Exactly. And I found that I would always ask the questions. And I thought, my goodness, can't anybody think of a question? It
Yeah.
was so funny. I'd come into the group and I'd say, hey, how's the insurance business coming? I saw that they have a new thing going on in state of Connecticut. How's that going to go for you? So I loaded the deck of the question to
Yeah.
the person and they were able to discuss it. When you
Because
ask how's your business,
how's your business?
they're they're kind of flummoxed. They don't have any answer. But if
Yeah.
you're specific, they'll have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear huge buildings being built across the street. What's it like? Oh, really? And suddenly you see their energy level explode because you're
Yeah.
taking an avid interest in them. rather than,
Yeah.
my business, I need a referral, give it to me, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Um, the one of the most important actions that you have to take is set targets, track those referrals, and follow up. I am amazed at the number of people who will be part of a group and keep no records
Yeah.
of what is happening. When I was in BNI, people used to laugh that I had a huge Excel sheet of all the members and all the information I gathered. And then when did I speak to them last? And did I do a follow up? Did I get that referral to happen? And I always would get back to them on stuff. And it really helped me keep everything top of mind.
Yeah.
People use Salesforce, people use other CRMs. It is just essential. Heck, you spent the money. Go ahead and start to see your results.
Yeah. It was my first BNI group I was a member of had 32 members because we had 8 tables and 4 people per table. And within the first month, I met with every single person. I had a one-on-one meeting. We used to call them dance cards, one-on-one meetings with
Right.
every single person in the group. And they couldn't believe I met with everyone in the first month.
Right.
And I said,
And
look,
that was one of your targeted goals.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was a targeted goal. I would always take my yearly goal setting seriously. So many didn't, but I know the benefit of setting realistic goals and making it happen. My goal was to meet with everybody. And then I wanted to get one referral at least a month. If I got one referral a month, that would be great.
Right. And, I hate to say it, but I'm a numbers girl. So I know what one referral a month means to me. So I'm going to hunt for it. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
But also, if you notice someone's not referring people to you, have another dance card with them, have another meeting with them. There's obviously a disconnect that's happening, and you want to make the connection stronger and make it work. They may have gotten, not quite understood what you meant about what you do. They need a better education of what your business does. Fantastic. Let's get them up to speed. And then also they may feel you're not referring the right people to them. Fine. Clear it up. Find out more about what they want to do. So yeah,
I actually had meetings with some people and like a coffee. And I would say to them bluntly, I go, Steve, I've given you 3 referrals. Why haven't you given me any referrals? And they would be like,
yeah.
how could you talk to me like that? But I would be like, this isn't a club. This is a business meeting. I'm giving you referrals. Is there something wrong with my business? You don't trust me. You don't see, because I know you
What do
can
you
give me
need to know?
referrals. Yeah.
Exactly. What do you need to know?
What do you need to know? What
yeah.
objections are you running into when you think about my business? How can I help you?
Right. Do you need brochures? Do you
Yeah.
need, what do you need something physical? Do you need can I run you through my website and I can show you all the different things? You'll notice that they'll relax. Relax. You joke with them a little, ha ha ha.
But sometimes I'm going to be candid. People need a whack on the side of the head. They need, because they're lazy sometimes. They're like, well, I'll take the referrals, but I don't need to get rich anything. It's like, no, I'm expecting something, especially if you're in a power group of like real estate people and the commercial mortgage guy, or the mortgage guy is taking all the referrals, but he's not giving referrals to the real estate person or the contractor or the attorney. That's a problem. That's a problem.
And, we were just talking about this the other day. Rich does a lot of workshops with banking institutions. And so his biggest thing is, hey, who's the head of that bank? Right. And he's always joke with everybody, hey, do you know who the head of your bank is? And when you think about that, he's being very specific. He's asking you a question, and, it could be the landscaper who knows the person. It could be, the title insurance person. So it's shocking that if we can open up their minds to the fact that, oh, they do know that person. He lives 2 doors down from me. It's excellent. It's a good experience.
So what's our resource this week, BJ?
We are kicking it back to Ivan Meltzer from BNI, the person who started BNI. And the book is called Networking Like a Pro, Turning Contacts into Connections. I know it seems so cheesy,
I
but
know.
it's a good book.
Mr. Meisner, it's easy to feel like networking is a waste of time, energy, or money.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people think this way, but that just means you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Mr. Meisner reveals key networking techniques to help you grow your business.
You'll actually discover strategies that go beyond collecting business cards and turn networking into a profitable resource for your business. If you dive into this book, you're going to find out some of the most fantastic networking, what networkers do to leverage their brand and expertise and all that stuff. It's excellent.
So check it out. Check it out.
Definitely. Well, that's a wrap. You know where to find us. BJ is at newrenew.com and Rich is at richg.com. And we look forward to connecting with you guys.
Absolutely. We get usually after every episode, we get one or two calls or one or two people reaching out. So feel free to call us and reach out to us.
Yeah. And thanks to our producer, Richard Scalzo, who's always delivering the best small business podcast every Tuesday.
Have an unbelievable week and catch you later.